Wait, did that trailer just confirm what we've all been feeling for years? Heartland is back with Season 19, Episode 1, and the very first thing it does is hit the heart. 2 full decades in, and this world still knows how to reach in, twist, and remind us why we never moved on from Ty. Some things change, some things don't, and Ty's presence, it lingers in every frame, every pause, every choice Amy makes. If you watched that trailer and felt a weight in your chest, you're not alone. Let's talk about why this one stings and why it matters. Here's the truth the trailer won't say out loud but shows in every look. Grief never leaves. It just learns to live with you. Amy carries it like a shadow. You can see how she measures every new feeling against an old love. Nathan isn't Ty, and she knows it. She doesn't want him to be, but that makes everything harder. Because opening your heart again after you've lost the person you thought was your forever, that's a terrifying cliff. One wrong step and you fall. And Amy looks like she's staring over the edge, wondering if it's safe to take even one more step. And then there's Lyndy. The trailer makes it crystal clear. If anyone misses Ty most, it's her. Not in the way we do, with memories of seasons past, but in the way a child misses an anchor they barely got to hold. She's growing up, and with that comes a fear that feels almost too big for her small shoulders. What if Mom moves on and the memories of Ty fade away? What if love for Nathan means less room for the love that came before? Lyndy's worry isn't petty. It's the bravest kind of honesty. She wants her mom. She wants Ty's memory. She wants both, and she's scared she'll lose them. That fear is what sets the tone for the entire episode. The trailer hints that Lyndy will say the quiet part out loud. She'll ask Amy what happens to the memories if Amy marries Nathan. Will Ty become a story told at dinner, or a picture on a shelf, or a name whispered only on anniversaries? You can almost hear the question in her voice. If I lose Mom to this new life, do I lose Dad all over again? That's a lot for anyone, and it's too much for a kid. But sometimes kids are the only ones brave enough to tell the truth. And Amy, how do you comfort your daughter when you're still trying to convince yourself you're not betraying your past by choosing a future? How do you tell a child that love multiplies when you're still learning that yourself? Amy will try because she always does. She'll hold Lyndy close. She'll promise to remember, and she'll hope that promise is enough. But is it? The trailer keeps that answer just out of reach, and that tension is exactly what pulls you forward. Meanwhile, Nathan feels the ghost in the room. He knows he isn't Ty. He knows he can't be. And sometimes, the knowledge of who you aren't can swallow who you are. There's a moment in the trailer where he snaps at Caleb, sharp, defensive, and it lands like a confession. He's not just pushing back at someone else. He's pushing back at the doubt chewing through him. If Ty is the standard no one can meet, what does that make any new love? Temporary? Second best? A placeholder? Nathan doesn't want to be a placeholder. He wants to be chosen not as a substitute but as himself. And poor Caleb, always near the storm, always getting rained on. He's focusing on his own life, but the trailer drops a hint. If Amy cracked that door open even an inch, he'd still feel the pull to sprint through. Not because he doesn't respect her journey, but because old bonds never quite break at Heartland. They stretch, they strain, they complicate. That unspoken triangle isn't a scandal, it's human. It's messy. And it's going to matter. But the clean line Amy and Nathan are trying to draw gets smudged the second Nathan's sister steps back onto the stage. She isn't here to linger in the background anymore. She wants a seat at the table, and maybe the table itself. She knows where the pressure points are, and she doesn't mind pressing them. She has history with Amy's family through Amy's mom. And that shared past makes her presence feel less like a coincidence and more like a move. Cold, calculated, deliberate. She's not here to protect anyone's balance. She's here to win, and she's not shy about the cost. The fallout is simple and brutal. Nathan is torn between two responsibilities, his family ranch and his life with Amy. He's been doing everything in his power to keep the center from breaking, caring for his father, managing the land, trying to be steady for Amy and Lyndy. Then his sister shows up, and the ground shifts under him. She isn't looking for compromise. She's looking for leverage. And leverage always hurts the thing you're standing on. If this turns into a choice between love and blood, the trailer suggests what real life already taught us. Family doesn't ask permission to come first. It just does. Of course, Lou sees it coming. She recognizes a threat when it walks through the gate. The trailer paints her as the one who's ready to plant her feet and say no. No to chaos. No to manipulation. No to Heartland getting swallowed by someone else's agenda. She knows putting the ranch first might push Amy's relationship to the edge, and the terrible thing is, she's still willing to do it. Because Heartland isn't just a place to her, it's a promise. If she has to be the one who breaks a heart to keep that promise, she'll carry that blame. And she'll sleep with one eye open. Guarding the fences anyway, all of that. Amy's grief, Lyndy's fear, Nathan's doubt, Caleb's history, the sisters' pressure, Lou's loyalty, builds to one question that won't answer itself. Can a new love survive under the weight of an old one? The trailer doesn't give a speech. It gives an image. In the final moment, Amy and Nathan are wrapped in each other's arms. It's not flashy. It's not loud. It's just two people choosing each other in a world that keeps handing them reasons not to. It doesn't erase tie. It doesn't fix everything. But it says this: love can be true more than once. And sometimes that's enough to keep going. That embrace doesn't solve the season. It sets it up, because now we know what's at stake. It's not just a relationship. It's a legacy, a child's sense of safety, a family's history, and a future that only works if everyone stops pretending the past can be neatly boxed away. Amy will have to prove to Lyndy that remembering Ty and loving Nathan are not opposites. Nathan will have to hold steady without trying to replace a man who can't be replaced. Caleb will have to learn where he ends in this story and accept it. Lou will have to fight for Heartland without burning down what Amy is trying to build. And Nathan's sister, she will force them all to decide which parts of themselves are negotiable and which are not. So here's the heartbeat of episode 1 as the trailer lays it out. Grief and hope walking side by side, neither yielding, both demanding room. The real test isn't whether Amy moves on. It's whether she can move forward without leaving anything behind that matters. It's whether Lyndy can believe that memories don't vanish when new ones begin. It's whether Nathan can stop measuring himself against a ghost and start standing as a man who loves a woman carrying a past. That's not a love story for the faint of heart. That's a love story for grown-ups. And if you're wondering whether the season will shy away from the hard parts, listen to the silences in that trailer. The ones between the lines, the hesitation before a yes, the breath held before an apology. The way a hug can look like a choice even when no words are spoken. Those are the spaces where Heartland always tells the truth. Not with speeches, but with the kind of moments everyone recognizes even if they've never said them out loud. Is there a happy ending promised here? No. There's something better, an honest beginning. A chance to see if love can be gentle with a past that still aches. A chance to see if a family can protect its home without breaking the people inside it. A chance to see if a little girl can believe that her dad's memory isn't a door that closes when another one opens. Season 19 isn't asking us to forget. It's daring us to remember and to keep going anyway. If the trailer is right, episode 1 will be where fear speaks, where truth lands, and where love tries again. And that last image, Amy and Nathan holding on, feels less like a promise and more like a vow to face the storm together. Whether they weather it is the question. But for now, they're choosing to stand. And sometimes standing is the bravest thing anyone can do.